Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 1992 Honda NSX-R. Now it's a 761 horsepower, 551 pounds-feet of torque from a 3.6 litre turbocharged inline-six engine. The car itself now weighs 2,416 pounds, has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 2.531 seconds, 0 to 104.845 seconds, and go to a top speed of 214 miles an hour. So we've had some recent success with cars from the 90s so far, with the Nissan Skyline in the previous episode being quite quick, and the Lamborghini Diablo GTR going right to the top of the leaderboard. So hoping that this being a somewhat middle ground between the two of those cars will do reasonably well. Obviously this did not have all-wheel drive standard like the Skyline, but then again neither did the Diablo, so yeah, I don't think that's going to harm it too much here. What will help is the fact it's got it's got very little in the way of weight. It was already a cracking handling car to start with, but on the flip side it's way less powerful than both the Diablo and the Skyline, so yeah, it's going to have to make up for that lack of power with, you know, controllability, its handling, and coming to use its lack of weight. It's definitely lighter than the Skyline. Not sure if it's quite as light as a Lamborghini, but still reasonably light compared to other cars from the same period. And obviously being lightweight means we can make the most of the power that we have. So, yeah, might well be nearly 300 horsepower down on the Skyline, but I feel like we're going to hopefully match that car. It's a big ask, obviously, since we're far less of a you know, off-road orientated vehicle. Obviously the Skyline isn't either, to be honest, obviously, but that did have all-wheel drive standard, and it does come across as more of a road car than this. Whereas this, yeah, it's meant for the road, but it only came from all-wheel drive originally, and yeah, it's definitely a bit more on the track focus side than the Skyline ever would be. So yeah. And you also get the feeling between the two cars that the Skyline was meant more for day-to-day use, whereas this, despite being a more friendly sports car, supercar, is yeah, definitely not meant for daily use. So who knows if that's going to make any show up any differences between the two. Doing well over 160 miles an hour across the finish line though, pretty fast. And yeah, we are faster than the Skyline, but way off the Diablo, but I guess that's no surprise. But 2 minutes, 1 second, .398. We are quicker than the Skyline, which managed a time of 2 minutes, 2 seconds, .382. So we're nearly a second quicker than the Skyline. And we're also faster than the likes of the Peugeot 205 Rally, Porsche 968 Turbo S, Peugeot 207 Super 2000, Donkervoort D8 GTO, Ford GT40 Mark 1, Ferrari Portofino, Austin Healey Sprite, the Holden VL Commodore, Toyota Hilux Arctic Trucks, and the Porsche 718 RS60, and then obviously the Skyline. But we are slightly slower than the Hot Wheels 2 Jets, the Chevrolet Camaro Z28, Toyota Land Cruiser Arctic Trucks, Hoonigan Ford Bronco Alfa Romeo 155Q4, which is from the same year as this, as well as other 90s cars like the McLaren F1 GT, Kia Cerberus B12, Toyota Supra RZ, Porsche 911 GT1 Stratless version, and obviously the Diablo sitting at the top still, but it's not been there that long, so yeah, who knows whether or not we're going to find another vehicle to beat the Diablo. But unfortunately it was not the NSX-R, but on the whole, yeah, a reasonably good car, especially considering it's way out of its comfort zone in a lot of ways. So yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.